Hey everybody, this is Tommy T, and I was just hanging out having some of this white whale in my yixing pot, and I felt it would be a good idea just to make a little showcase video on this one. It's not a teapot that I use very often, but it's really awesome to use for aged teas. The white whale is a 2003 blank label from White 2T that I bought around last year. It's kind of more broken up sort of material, but it brews up really awesome. It's an awesome aged tea. And I can get away with using around 3 grams in this teapot and still get like a really nice high ratio. So I'm probably halfway through drinking this. I'm probably gonna keep going until it's dead. Let's get a bit going here. I'm really a fan of these shuiping style teapots. Not only are they good size, I just think the shape is really cool. They're just really fun to look at. And this is from the 90's. I don't know the actual clay material, but it's one I got from Sample Tea, which is a pretty good site for them. I'm not sure if there's any more of them left, but this one was a really nice one. So I have 3 in total. This is one of them. I'm probably going to make a video on the other 2 eventually, but I guess we'll see. I don't drink a lot of aged pu'er, but when I do, it's like just awesome to use this, so I can use a little amount. It kind of makes me want to start drinking it more because I can get a lot out of just a little bit. So I'm just going to let this really go. I probably got like 5 or 6 steeps from it already, so it's going to be needing a bit more. Because also, when I first got these teapots, I thought pouring water over it would actually heat it up. But from what I've heard online and just reading around is that it actually cools it down. The clay does kind of absorb the liquid. So I'll fill it up like all the way and then put the lid on to sort of displace a bit. But other than that, I'm not pouring water directly on it. And unlike the other 2 I have, this one actually does have a little strainer. So it does really pour perfectly. I don't need to worry about it getting clogged. And it pours at a relatively slow speed. But I take that into consideration. I would say it does work a little bit better for aged sheng pu'er because you can't really oversteep as much. But if you're using a younger sheng pu'er, I feel like you have to be a bit more careful. So I'd say this teapot is probably just for some mid-range to older pu'er. If I'm drinking a younger sheng, I might just throw it in a gaiwan or something like that. But I mean, this is just an awesome example of an aged pu'er. It's sort of orangish looking, not as yellow. Can already sort of smell it. Sort of minty camphor aroma. It's just really woody, sort of root vegetable taste, and it's just amazing. For sure, really smooth, and there's like a slight bit of sediment, but nothing too bad. I was really happy with my purchase of this cake. It's a really tightly compact cake that I kind of have broken up already. But even with like this material, it's still amazing. It really is like really good aged tea. I don't have like too many other teas to compare it to, besides a couple, but it's just awesome to drink. And for me, I feel that's all that really matters. Along with this tea just steeping out really long and sort of changing. It's just a really awesome tea to drink, and this teapot's really fun to use. You can really steep out a tea, but not have to drink like through a bunch of sessions. You can just steep it out and just have small little cups. So you can really just experience like the different layers that a tea has to give. And I would say out of most of the teas I have, this tea in particular for sure does change throughout the steeps. So it's just really fun to sort of drink through them. So yeah, we just got this one going here. You can kind of see the liquid evaporate. So for sure when I'm brewing with these, I'd want to use the tea boat, so I don't have to worry about filling it up too high. Just sort of what I like to do. And then just another benefit of these size teapots is you can just fill a little cup of tea. You don't have to use your serving pitcher, unless you want like cool down tea, but there's just no reason to. You can just go directly into the cup and just sort of wait. So it actually is a more sort of minimalistic approach to brewing tea, along with still being really fun and awesome. Okay, I'm back. I sort of had to go for a bit of a longer steep. I'm probably just gonna cut the video after this one. It's at the point where it's still worth steeping out, but it's just gonna take a while between each one. I have plenty of time left in the day to do that, but not as much in the video. Yeah, so even with the slow pour, it works out. I don't have to worry about clogs because it does have that strainer. I mean, this tea really has like a lot to give, and it's just amazing to be able to get this much this amount of tea from just 3 grams or less. So cheers. Here's that second brew. Still like a really good color. I'm just trying to keep up that sort of consistency. They're around 2-minute steeps now. But it's got a bit more of this sweetness coming out. It was a little bit more harsh with the first few. More woody, sort of tangy sort of feeling. But now a bit of the sweetness, which is nice. It does sort of give me like a bit more of dryness, which I've noticed for aged pu'er. A bit more for wet stored ones, but this is relatively dry. So I wouldn't really consider this like a review of the white whale. I'm just sort of showing off the teaware and what sort of teas I brew and what sort of teapots. So to sum it up, I use this one mainly for aged pu'er, although I don't drink a lot of it. So really, right now, I have just a few things from White 2 tea that I consider brewing in here. I'll probably do some more detailed reviews on a couple, including one of the ones I got from the Tea of the Month Club, and I'll see what else happens. So I hope to see you guys in the next video.